Why, hello there. I hope you're doing well today, and I'm still here, bringing you a summary of a knife I have done a full review on. Their full review will be linked down in the description. And what we're looking at is the WE Nefaris. A very interesting knife, if only for its aesthetic. It is very attractive. The flow, the design looks great. Just a quick recap, full specs and everything, as I said, will be in the full review, which will be linked down in the description. I know words. Don't worry about it. A little over 3 3/8 of blade length, and about 8 1/4 overall. This is I guess you'd call that a slight trailing clip point, though the point is very low and very accessible. Trailing clip point blade in, where does it say it? It's always tiny on the WEs. 20 CV. It is also a limited number, though I do think they made a few more after this original run. Trailing clip point blade in 20 CV. Hand satin. Looks maybe like a belt satin on the flats. The nice swedge up there. Very, very, very attractive hand satin, in fact. Let's just take a quick look at that. Doesn't play with light very, very well, does it? The opening mechanism is actually, even though it only looks like it has the opening hole aperture as your mechanism, you also have a flipper tab that completely disappears in the open position and sits super high to the pivot, so you have an immense amount of actual you see, words today is not gonna go. It sits well above and in front of the pivot, so you have a lot of leverage. There we go. That's where I was going. Jeez. Wow. This is starting out great. Okay, let's just move on then, since this is going to go poorly. Plunge grind is great. And the stop pin is way up here because that's what the flipper tab hits. It is on bearings. The action is a bit tight, like a lot of WE's, or at least a lot more of WE's older stuff. Some of their newer stuff is coming out insanely smooth and like drop shut action. This one is more in the vein of the older stuff with its tighter action. Overall, it is a titanium frame lock. This particular one has this brushed finish. I like the brushed finish quite a bit. We've also got some little perforations there that I guess, I mean, I hesitate to call them even speed holes, but they are anodized blue and they look good. Some blue accents to pop. A milled, interesting little backspacer that they didn't really have to do. This thing could have probably ran on standoffs, honestly. But they didn't. They gave it a little bit of extra with a hidden lanyard post, some milling inside for weight reduction. Let's see if we can get to see in there really well. Yeah, you can kind of see in there. A milled titanium pocket clip with WE's logo on it, and they didn't put their logo on the pivot this time, so this knife is almost completely without branding until you get all the way down to the pocket clip, and only on one side. It's very sterile, very attractive. Pardon me. We are centered without play. And honestly, this is a very thin, very slicey, very functional knife. In fact, the entire thing is quite thin. Now, ergos are the only area I have a little bit of issue with this knife, and that's because you have such a gap between... I mean, you can, of course, kind of flub it. But I will say I do think it could have been done a little bit better, because I don't like having such a gap between my fingers here. And so the ergos are the only kind of miss here, and back here you're so far away from the edge that it's pretty much you're going to be holding it up here. You can make it work, like if you kind of put both fingers on it, but I do feel that it loses just a little bit of the potential ergos from this sort of structure here in between the... it hides the flipper tab, but it does kind of mess with it a little bit. I don't know what they could have done. Would have had to redesign a few things, so I'm not going to knock them. And it's still a great knife, and it still performs great, and it's still mostly comfortable 90% of the time. But I could see a few hands kind of just... you have to fight to figure out where you want to be on it. Usually I'm right about here, where this one is kind of up on this, and this one is kind of back a little bit, so... But overall, it's a great knife. It's a great looking knife. It was a little bit expensive, but I'm not going to rehash the price point because, well, like I said, it's a limited edition. I don't think there's too many of them still floating around. And one final thing is it has great access to the lock bar. Disengage from the side, though the flipper tab does hit you if you go too high. But it's easy to disengage, and it will drop to your nail. Overall, I love the design a little bit more than... I love the design so much that I was a little bit disappointed with the ergos, even though they're not bad. Because I was expecting that much from it. So, it's still a good one. It's still a nice one. I still really like it. But there is just that area that you should be aware of. Maybe it will work for you. Maybe it won't be a problem for you. It probably won't, should you come into possession of one of these things. I believe that is everything that I really want to talk about. It's just a quick little summary. It's a pretty straightforward frame lock knife from WE, and but it is one of the cool ones. It is very attractive. I very much like it. So that's it for me. I'm going to end things here with the summary for the WE Nefaris. Hopefully you got something out of it, even though it was just a quick little kind of generic one. I hope you continue to have a good day. Consider liking, subscribing, you know, the standard boilerplate stuff. You have to say it for the algorithm. All hail the algorithm stuff, right? Either way. The algorithm doesn't like me already, so I'm going to kiss its ass a little. So, yeah. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.